Now look, today's story is heartbreaking, and it's one that's been raising a lot of questions online. And we're talking about the death of Travion Reed, also known as Trey Reed. He was a 21-year-old student at Delta State University in Mississippi. His body was found hanging from a tree on campus. And while police say that there is no foul play suspected at this time, this case has sparked grief, speculation, and outrage across social media. Look, y'all sit back and relax and stay into the end of this episode because we about to dive into what officials are saying and why this story is being talked about nationwide. Welcome back to another episode of Eyes Low, Belly Full. As y'all know, this marks episode 149. Now, Trey Reed wasn't just a name in the headline. He was a young man from Grenada, Mississippi, and a student at Delta State University. Friends and classmates described him as outgoing, full of potential, and like many young people, still figuring out his place in the world. Now, this morning, his body was discovered near the pickleball courts. He was found hanging from a tree around 7 a.m. by a university staff member. And his death has shaken the whole DSU community, with classes and celebrations canceled in response. And investigators are approaching this case carefully. The university police, local law enforcement, and the Boulevard County coroner are all involved. And as of now, they are saying that there is no foul play suspected. In other words, based on the evidence so far, they don't believe that someone else is directly responsible.
Bruh, they really expect us to believe this. This 21-year-old student named Trey Reed at the Delta State University was found hanging from a tree on the campus, y'all. And the first thing they say was no foul play suspected. How did they come up with that conclusion so fast? I'm lost. Think about it, y'all. This is not out in the woods, y'all. This happened right on the campus, near the pickleball courts, right where everybody walks. A lot of traffic, high traffic. So you mean to tell me no one seen or heard anything? He was just hanging there? Every time it's a situation like this, they hit us with the same script. It's under investigation. No foul play suspected. If you need counseling, we're here to talk to you. They put a statement out. Like what? Is that transparency to y'all? Or am I tripping? Whether Trey was battling demons inside or whether this is something deeper, people don't want to talk about it. We can't just let this shit just get brushed to the side. Hell no. This man lost his life. And instead of giving people real answers, they give them the silent treatment. Or they hit them with the, we're going to cancel classes for today. Like that's supposed to fix it. No, sir. I'ma just say this. This generation is starting to see patterns. And we don't like it. They be thinking we slow. Every time something don't add up, they be thinking we're not going to question it. But I gotta ask y'all. Do this story sit right with you?
Now, the final word will come from the autopsy and the toxicology reports, which hasn't been released yet. And until then, the exact cause of death is technically unconfirmed. And this is important to keep in mind because you already know with cases like this, rumors spread fast and cloud the truth. And that's exactly what we're seeing. Almost immediately, social media lit up with posts claiming that Trey's death looks suspicious. Some people, even family members, alleged that he had bruises, a broken arm, or broken leg. And others pointed at, Mississippi's, racial history. And, they suspected that something more sinister is at play.
Forget all the Charlie Kirk situation right now. Let's go down to Mississippi. The name Trayvon Reed needs to ring all over the United States right now. 1, that is my cousin. 2, this is the second incident that has occurred within the last 5 years at this campus. Delta State University has had a run-in with me and their policemen. They tried to lock me up for no reason, and it didn't succeed in their favor. I went on a 9-month probation and that's it. This year, just today, it was reported that my cousin was found hanging from a tree, and they trying to rule it as a suicide. Now, I just got off the phone with one of my cousins. She said she seen the reports, and it said that he was beaten and bruised. Both his arms was broken, and he had a broken leg. I'm gonna let y'all do the math. Now, this school has history for being racist. Even going all the way back to the 1980 situation that happened with the sit-in. I love to refer.
But here's where it gets tricky. The coroner publicly stated that Trey did not have broken limbs. In other words, some of these claims may not line up with the official examination so far. And to make things worse, graphic videos of Trey's body started circulating online, and his family asked publicly that people stop sharing them. I mean, they want privacy and respect during this time, which is something that everyone should understand. So why is this story blowing up? For one, the circumstances are deeply unsettling. A young black man found hanging from a tree on a southern campus is bound to raise alarm bells, especially given America's history. Even if investigators determine that this was a suicide, the imagery alone is enough to stir collective trauma. And on top of that, college students today are already facing record levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. And stories like this hit home because it highlights the very real struggles that young people are carrying, often silently. So where do we go from here? Well, the next big step will be the release of the autopsy reports, which should answer most of the pressing questions. Was this a suicide or was it something else? Until then, it's important not to jump to conclusions, but also hold institutions accountable for transparency. But for Trey's family, classmates, and community, the pain is still raw. No matter what the final reports say, this is a tragedy. A young man's life ended way too soon. Now, I want to hear what y'all think about this situation. Do you believe that this situation was a suicide, or do you think that there is something more sinister at play? Go ahead and let me know in the comments below. And if this video resonated with you, go ahead and hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up and also subscribe and hit that bell notification for more episodes. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.